Hello everyone, Kevin from K-Tech Services, back again for another educational digitizing video. I was asked a question about off-centering files. Okay, I think I understand what my customer was asking for. Like on some caps, this mostly gonna, I think it's for caps, in general. Normally you always want your designs to be centered, start from center and then end at center. But there are some cases that you do want to off center. But it's more position of like on a cap. I like my logo off to the side in the corner, okay, which it's a good look, I like it. I do it on mine. But so how would I go about doing that? I mean, there's two different ways to do it. I mean, and I'm going to show you both ways. Now, with the design shop, now everybody, obviously everything has to be centered. So I'm going to turn the grid on. Some people like the grid, but over here, this is the grid. Um, Obviously, I have the red center mark here, but to do this in Design Shop per se, well, there's a couple things let's go ahead and turn on the cap hoop here. So let's go to hoop list, right click on your mouse, go to the hoop manager, and then obviously I'll show you the wide angle parameters, and then when that goes on, left click this, and then you'll see the hoop for the wide angle. Now there's two different ones, just so you know. There's this one, which is wide angle, which majority of people don't use because but if you like that one, that's fine. Melco did have a new one. If you right click on that again, and I have actually the short version, which is it's cut off, it's just chopped off, and it says front only, and then okay that, and then if you look at it now, well, let me go to one to one. So now you see it just doesn't have the extra left to right on it. So I'd like to use this one because that's just basically the front panel. Okay, so or this case, obviously it's centered, and most people have to basically go to OS and then position it and then to get it in this area in the corner. But the first thing we do, if you want to, is I prefer to flip it when I'm in OS, but that's you can actually do it here. Make sure you click on the design, right click on your mouse and go to scale, and then hit position, and then you can actually flip it 180 pretty easily. Okay, and now to do it, make sure it's all highlighted, and then you can actually move it to the position you want it. And say I want it right there. Hopefully that's going to be right, but then you'll have to keep maybe sew a hat and kind of figure out, okay, is that good or bad or whatever, etc. So when you just don't center it, because if you center it, it's going to center it, okay, and I don't want it to do that. So that's the position I want. Then you go ahead and save that file, okay, and then the next time you load it, because if I right now, if I'll go ahead and load that to the machine, and voila, it's going to be in that spot where I want it, what I just did it in Design Shop. Okay, so but that's one way of doing it, okay, but then you'll have to kind of, and then every time you load that file, it's going to be fine. Okay. But the other way to do it is, so let me just go ahead and I'll do this. Okay. So that, I just load my design. It's centered. Okay. It's centered. Remember before we don't center it when you save it. Yeah, that's the trick. But in this case, we normally center. So this is just the other way of doing it. I'm going to go ahead and load this file into it, and that's going to be offset here. I'll turn off. Well, no, we'll leave 3D on. We'll just, okay. So normally what you do, obviously I would flip it in this scenario. If this is what I was kind of like game, not, I'm not sure if this is what you want, but this is just what I'm thinking, what my customer was referring to. So with the machine and stuff like that, I can, normally what you do is you load the file, and then you got to go move it around and find the position that you want it to be in. This is just the way that I would do it. So, and let's pretend that's where I want it. I sewed it out, and it was perfect. Okay. All you have to do is come to OS, go to File, Save As, name another file OFM. Let's call it whatever you like. I'm just going to call it number 2, and save that information. Okay, and I'm just going to go File, Reset Center Hoop, and just like pretend that's like another job. And I'm just going to load something different. Let's see here. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna load something like that. I know it's wrong. Okay. So that say it's a repeat order. That customer comes back, wants to order more hats. Okay, so and then the drag was you always would have to go and reposition it to that position in the corner. Well, okay, you saved that file, so go ahead and find that file that you saved, and we named it KTech cap, I think KTech. Let's see, and number test number 2 is what we named it, number 2, and then you open that up, and voila, that's the other way to do it. Uh, to me, I would do it that way if that's what your goal is to be. So I showed you basically what to do in Design Shop if you want to offset it and save it. Just go. I can go ahead and redo. That's where we had it before. Make sure you do not center because we don't want that. It just you save it in the position you want, and then when you load it over to the machine, it'll be like that. So there's two different ways to do it. You could do it in Design Shop, or you can do it in Melco OS and then save it out, and then for the next time you use it, it'll remember. Okay, so that's it. I thank you for stopping by. Please give a thumbs up and a like to the so I can do more videos, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for stopping by.